Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wholesale.fm podcast. We are the original voice of wholesale. I'm your host, Kevin Gallagher, and joining me on the broadcast today is Vincent Lee, who is the Director of Marketing for a company that is called LandAirSea, and they specialize in GPS for fleets, and I guess that would be fleets of cars, fleets of about anything, right? Is that correct, Vincent?
Yes.
Okay.
Multiple service vehicles and public transportations.
That is fantastic. Now, give me a little bit of background about the company, the history of the company, how the company got its start.
Well, LandAirSea has been around since 1994. Started out creating GPS tracking devices for small airplanes for students who's studying to become pilots, and it would track the path in the air and where they flew and how high they flew and how fast they're going. And from there, we moved to vehicle tracking because it was more lucrative and there was a larger market, and it was more cost-effective to go into vehicle tracking.
Oh, perfect. Now, you then are able to track, I guess, just like your company says, land, air, and sea?
Yes, we can track, for if you put it on the airplane, it will track on the airplane. If you put it on the vehicle or a boat, it can track anywhere in the world internationally as well.
That is fantastic. So you can cover not just the U.S., but just about anywhere else on the planet?
Yes.
That is
even
great.
North Pole.
Even the North Pole,
as long as as long as there's a satellite signal, we'll be able to pick it up.
That is incredible. Now, one of the things that I've read about with GPS tracking is that there's a thing called passive and real-time tracking. What is that? What's the difference? And what is the benefit for a client that's going to use one of those two types?
Well, passive GPS tracking technology is one of the first GPS tracking devices that LandAirSea invented. Essentially, you can track a vehicle, and the device is going to log the location of the vehicle, how fast the vehicle went, how long it stopped, and the addresses. And in order for you to retrieve the data, you would have to take the device and install it to your computer after you track the vehicle for several days. And the data is downloaded, and you can view it over Google Earth and our software, and you can do a playback, and that's how you would view the information. That's a passive. So you cannot track the vehicle in real time. You can only track it after you retrieve the device. For the real time, you can install on the vehicle, and then when the vehicle is moving, you can check it in real time by going to your laptop or mobile device, and then you can go to LandAirSea.com, and there's a login area where you would enter your username and password, and then when you log in, you can see in real time exactly at that moment where the car is located. And with that, you can generate other kinds of information as well, like text report, historical playbacks, and other features.
That's great. Now, Vincent, your company's been around since like 1994. Over those years, have you seen where you've had basically a typical type of client, or is there such a thing?
Yes, we have a variety of customers, you would speak. You got law enforcement agencies that use it for covert operations or just for their own fleet management. You also have fleet tracking or fleet management where, public transportation or such as, buses or school buses, and we also have limos and taxi drivers that can use the device, as well as the personal tracking for concerned parents with teenagers who would like to monitor their driving behaviors, whether they like to speed or they like to drive recklessly, or they go into places where they're not supposed to. So it's a valuable tool to help concerned parents.
Could a parent, by any chance, attach something to the teenager and actually know where that person is at any given time?
If they are using the real-time device, they can do that, yes. They can carry it with them, or they can install it on the vehicle, and then they would know where the teenager is located.
Now, with your company, you are constantly doing a lot of R&D. What are some of the recent developments, the type of products that you have that would be of interest to our wholesale buyers?
Our most recent product is the Silver Cloud. The Silver Cloud is a real-time tracking device, and that is a web-based tracker. So just like the real-time technology, ours is web-based, so you would need to log in to our website in order for you to view the vehicle, as opposed to installing a software onto your local computer and you can only access with that one computer. Our server cloud, you can track from any mobile device or web browser or any computer, and it will show the stops, the speed, historical playback, and it also has the ability to share GPS location with any party you would like. And that is very useful for taxis or limo drivers or public transportations.
So if you had a fleet of taxis, you could then see at any time, like on the owner's cell phone, he could bring that up and see, say if he had a half a dozen cabs operating, he could see where each one of those are in real time?
Yes, absolutely. You can see it in real time. And also, if you're an owner of a limo company and you have a customer that is waiting for a limo, you can send a text message or a web address to that customer to track the specific limo that's picking him up, the client, to pick the client up, and the client can see how far away the vehicle is from their pickup location.
And I'm sure that could be used with a taxi as well, right?
Yes, you can use it for taxi as well, yeah.
And
this also works for...
No, go ahead.
Yeah, it also works for shuttle as well. You know, shuttle pickups. If you're in the airport, when there's shuttles, or in the campus, students in the university, or passengers, coming off the airplane and trying to get to their parking lots, they can see where the shuttle is, or their campus shuttle, and then they can see when the shuttle stop, when and how many minutes in the arrival, and they can oh, okay, I can wait. I can go outside now and go get on my shuttle because it's going to be here in about 5 minutes or 2 minutes.
Wow, that's really amazing. And so why should a buyer who's listening to this broadcast right now, why should a buyer who's interested in any type of GPS for their fleets, why should they use LandAirSea? What makes you a better choice over your competitors?
Our product is simple to use. When you first get it, all you have to do is just turn it on, and it works immediately, and you just hook it up to the vehicle. Our software interface is also very simple. You can see the vehicles very clearly, the user interface, the buttons, whenever you want to zoom in, zoom out. Or if you have multiple fleets, it's very easy to select the fleet that you want to track at that particular moment. And for organization's sake, you can group your vehicles into sales or transportation, and we also are very precise in the GPS location. We have a high accuracy of very sensitive GPS tracking antenna on our GPS tracker. So, of course, you want to know where your drivers are or the person you're tracking. You want to have accurate information. So our product is simple and highly accurate, and lastly, it's very durable, and it will last a long time.
Now, one thing that I've read about on some of your products is that it does use a very simple standard USB interface, which is great because you don't have to go out and get any special equipment. Everybody has USB, and I've also seen where they've put the units into the trunk, and it's still actually transmitting from out of the trunk, which is great because a lot of this stuff generally many times is line of sight.
Yes, absolutely. One of the greatest GPS tracking challenges is when there's obstruction to the sky, and mostly metal objects or any metal surfaces above the GPS tracker, above the GPS tracking devices, and this will hinder the signal and cause faulty location of faulty data points. But our device has very sensitive GPS antenna, so it can overcome all that difficulties and still pick up the correct location.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And folks, if you want to actually see some of this technology actually, in use on our website on GetThatWholesale.com, just scroll down a little bit and you'll get down near our product categories and you'll see a map that's set up, a square map actually, and it will show, I believe it's a limo company in Chicago. You can correct me if I'm wrong. And it is actually showing the actual location of these limos on our website in real time, so you can actually get an idea of what the product does and what it looks like when it's being, used. Now, Vincent, how can a buyer get more information about you? I did bring up the website. Is there a telephone number, a best number to use, the website, etc.?
Absolutely. You can reach us at 1-847-462-8100. That is our phone number. We have a lot of GPS tracking experts around here. If you don't know how to use the device for your particular application, feel free to contact us. We can tell you how it will help your business or help you to be more efficient or help improve your safety on the road, and just many useful things, many useful applications for the devices.
Now, is there anything that I have forgotten that you would like to get out onto the podcast before we go?
I think we covered everything. The only thing that I would like to emphasize is the ShareSpot technology, which is the ability to share your GPS tracking devices, is LandAirSea's patent-pending technology. So if you are any form of public transportation business or would like to increase customer satisfaction by giving added value of convenience, the ShareSpot is the only technology that can offer that to your customers.
Sure. And if you want to elaborate a little bit more on the ShareSpot technology, I know that is very unique and very important to your company.
Yeah, absolutely. The ShareSpot technology, it allows you to share your GPS tracking location, but without giving away your security access to track all of your fleets. So you can selectively choose whether you want to share just one vehicle or multiple vehicles. And it's very, very simple to do. All you have to do is when you log in, there's a link that you can just copy and paste and send it via email, or even you can embed it into your public website or embed it into your Facebook. It's just a simple copy pasting into your web page or email, and anybody can click on it and view just like what you see on Get That Wholesale and our website and our customer's website.
That is fantastic. And I want to thank you very much, Vincent Lee, for joining me here on the podcast today. That is Vincent Lee, Director of Marketing for LandAirSea.